Welcome to my Patreon, where you might have come here from my YouTube or my Eventbrite where the videos expire within 30 days. Now you have access to my exclusive content forever once you join one of the tiers of my Patreon, okay? So we have the live stream health class, right, which you're going to get, but you're also going to get my on-demand health class. Remember, the health class is really 28 hours, but you in my live health class were able to receive 8 hours. 4 hours in session 1, 4 hours in the following session. You're also going to be able to get my ebook as well. So you can download my ebook, as well as those that saw me in person, you got a physical copy. You might have got it autographed, you might not. But however, you have a physical copy of my book as well. You got the live questions and answers during the health class as well, and then the live chat during the event. This whole health class portion is designed to give you necessary so that you can put the nutrients in your body that's going to allow your body to heal itself. Once you get your physical health in check, now it's time to move up a tier and get high with Daweed. Getting high with Daweed is basically a physical and mental, spiritual portion of the course. This is where you're going to receive my creation series, where you are able to create anything that you want in your environment, your space, or your reality whenever you want to. This is such a powerful course. I was actually watching it heal relationships, and I've seen people actually physically heal their body. Before I was doing the physical health class, they were physically healing their bodies with their mind. And so it's an extremely powerful course. It's an extremely powerful portion and tier of the course as well. And you get everything in tier 1, which is the physical health class, plus you get the Getting High with Daweed creation series, okay? As well. You're also going to get my daily meditation videos, which are very important to watch, right? You can actually physically heal yourself with just body meditation, okay? So you're going to get my spiritual meditation, my physical meditation, and my mind meditation videos inside of this tier. Now, once you do that, or even before that, if you have a serious chronic problem, or you're not able to understand and be able to physically heal yourself just by watching my videos, then you can walk with Daweed. And walking with Daweed is very important. This is for the serious only. And I put together a tailored health system just for you. You have access to me where you can call me, you can email me, you can talk to me, and I will, or Zoom with me face to face, therefore that I will be able to help you and walk you through your physical ailment, mental ailment, or spiritual ailment, and walk you through that process. This is extremely powerful because it's not just about feeling better, it's about feeling normal again like you did when you were a child. No matter which tier you choose to start with, I'm looking forward to working with you. Welcome to my Patreon, where you might have come here from my YouTube or my Eventbrite where the videos expire within 30 days. Now you have access to my exclusive content forever once you join one of the tiers of my Patreon, okay? So we have the live stream health class, right, which you're going to get, but you're also going to get my on-demand health class. Remember, the health class is really 28 hours, but you in my live health class were able to receive 8 hours, 4 hours in session 1, 4 hours in the following session. You're also going to be able to get my ebook as well. So you can download my ebook, as well as those that saw me in person, you got a physical copy. You might have got it autographed, you might not. But however, you have a physical copy of my book as well. You got the live question and answers during the health class as well, and then the live chat during the event. This whole health class portion is designed to give you the information necessary so that you can put the nutrients in your body that's going to allow your body to heal itself. Once you get your physical health in check, now it's time to move up a tier and get high with Daweed. Getting high with Daweed is basically a physical and mental, spiritual portion of the course. This is where you're going to receive my creation series, where you are able to create anything that you want in your environment, your space, or your reality whenever you want to. This is such a powerful course. I was actually watching it heal relationships, and I've seen people actually physically heal their bodies. This was before I was doing the physical health class. They were physically healing their bodies with their mind. And so it's an extremely powerful course. It's an extremely powerful portion and tier of the course as well. And you get everything in tier 1, which is the physical health class, plus you get the Getting High with Daweed creation series, okay, as well. You're also going to get my daily meditation videos here, which are very important to watch, right? You can actually physically heal yourself with just body meditation. Okay, so you're going to get my spiritual meditation, my physical meditation, and my mind meditation videos inside of this tier. Now, once you do that, or even before that, if you have a serious chronic problem, or you're not able to understand and be able to physically heal yourself just by watching my videos, then you can walk with Daweed. And walking with Daweed is very important. This is for the serious only. And I put together a health system just for you. You have access to me where you can call me, you can email me, you can talk to me, and I will, or Zoom with me face to face, therefore that I will be able to help you and walk you through your physical ailment, mental ailment, or spiritual ailment, and walk you through that process. This is extremely powerful because it's not just about feeling better, it's about feeling normal again like you did when you were a child. No matter which tier you choose to start with, I'm looking forward to working with you. Peace. Welcome to my Patreon, where you might have come here from my YouTube or my Eventbrite where the videos expire within 30 days. Now you have access to my exclusive content forever once you join one of the tiers of my Patreon, okay? So we have the live stream health class, right, which you're going to get, but you're also going to get my on-demand health class. Remember, the health class is really 28 hours, but you, in my live health class, were able to receive 8 hours, 4 hours in session 1, 4 hours in the following session. You're also going to be able to get my ebook as well. So you can download my ebook, as well as those that saw me in person, you got a physical copy. You might have got it autographed, you might not. But however, you have a physical copy of my book as well. You got the live question and answers during my health class as well, and then the live chat during events. This whole health class portion is designed to give you the information necessary so that you can put the nutrients in your body that's going to allow your body to heal itself. Once you get your physical health in check, now it's time to move up a tier and get high with Daweed. Getting High with Daweed is basically a physical and mental, spiritual portion of the course. This is where you're going to receive my creation series, where you are able to create anything that you want in your environment, your space, or your reality whenever you want to. This is such a powerful course. I was actually watching it heal relationships, and I've seen people actually physically heal their body. Before I was doing the physical health class, they were physically healing their bodies with their mind. And so it's an extremely powerful course. It's an extremely powerful portion and tier of the course as well. And you get everything in tier 1, which is the physical health class, plus you get the Getting High with Daweed creation series, okay, as well. You're also going to get my daily meditation videos here, which are very important to watch, right? You can actually physically heal yourself with just body meditation, okay? So you're gonna get my spiritual meditation, my physical meditation, and my mind meditation video inside of this tier. Now, once you do that, or even before that, if you have a serious chronic problem, or you're not able to understand and be able to physically heal yourself just by watching my videos, then you can walk with Daweed. And walking with Daweed is very important. This is for the serious only. And I put together a tailored health system just for you. You have access to me where you can call me, you can email me, you can talk to me, and I will, or Zoom with me face to face, therefore that I will be able to help you and walk you through your physical ailment, mental ailment, or spiritual ailment, and walk you through that process. This is extremely powerful because it's not just about feeling better, it's about feeling normal again, like you did when you were a child, no matter which tier. All right. Welcome everyone. It has been a while, so hopefully you all can hear me. Please put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. I would greatly appreciate it. It has been a while. Tonight we're going to talk about Ramadan. Is it healthy or not? Very important, right? This is going to be a good class. I'm going to enjoy it. And I want everybody to be clear. I am not Muslim, but I do Muslim, which means I submit to the divine universal forces, or what we would call Yahweh in my terminology. We would call Yahweh, and the Elohim of Abraham, Ishak, and Yaakov, or what people would say Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is who I serve. So it's mad respect all the way around. But I want to see, let's look at Ramadan and see if it's healthy or not, right? I'm not really looking at the religious factor of it, but is there a spiritual benefit and a health benefit to it, right? So we're going to go ahead. I got to play the disclaimer, and then we'll go ahead and get started.
Disclaimer. The information contained in this video is intended as an information resource only and is not to be used or relied upon for any diagnostic or treatment purposes. The video's information does not create any patient-physician relationship. Dawid Yisrael makes no representations about the accuracy or suitability of this content, as scientific and medical information updates and changes daily as more substantial information is discovered. Dawid Yisrael and any business associated during this video shall not in any event be liable for any direct or indirect damages, losses, injuries, or liability whatsoever suffered as a result of your use or misuse of this video's content. Use of this video is at the viewer's sole risk.
Hi, Isola here. I just want to thank Brother Dawid for his wonderful health presentation today, and it just reinforced the knowledge that I already knew, that let food be thy medicine, okay? And if you are facing a challenge or you want to change your diet or lifestyles, make sure you take one of his upcoming program events.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm back. Welcome again. Make sure that you subscribe so that you're able to chat in the chat. If you haven't subscribed, visit our Patreon, patreon.com/health class. The website is almost complete. We will be there soon. I've got to do about 100 videos in order to put these courses together for you all, and I will be complete. So a lot of work, been doing a lot of work, been grinding. And so, therefore, I didn't have class last week. We should have some classes this week, and then we'll be back to our regularly scheduled program schedule, right? So, with that, do we have any questions on anything before I begin into this class? Because it has been a while. I'll allow you all to ask questions if you'd like. You are welcome to ask questions. Any questions? And you can put questions in. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I forgot there's a delay on here, so just put questions in the chat. Welcome, Yade. Appreciate you being here, and you as well, Cynthia. Glad you all are here. Anybody else, please put some information in the chat so I know that you're here. Or subscribe. Subscribing does 3 things. It A, makes it so that you know whenever we go live. B, it allows you to chat in the room and ask questions. And C, it supports the channel. So we appreciate if you would just go ahead and subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. Just hit that subscribe button. It's so easy. There's nothing hard about it. And it supports the channel for us to make more videos. Okay. So Ramadan, let's look at it and see what it's talking about. Is it healthy or is it not? So Ramadan, excuse me. Ramadan is right around the corner. It's actually here. It's already in season. And if you're new to Islam and this will be your first time observing the holy month, you might have some questions. Here's a Ramadan cheat sheet. So we're going to be dealing with the Ramadan cheat sheet. And I want to go over this, just what it really is, okay? So able-bodied adult Muslims fast from dawn to sunset every day during the entire month of Ramadan, okay? Now, it's deep that they call this the holy month because it's going to be this is going to land at the first month of the year for according to the scriptures for us, right? Which is the month of Aviv or a month of Abib, depending on the Hebrew that you use. So it's going to be around that same time, and this is a holy season for us. This is a holy season, okay? But able-bodied adult Muslims fast from dawn to sunset every day during the entire month of Ramadan. In Islam, fasting requires us to give up food, drink, and intimate relations during daylight hours. So what type of fast is this? Now, they're fasting from dawn to sunset. What type of fast is this? What would we call this fast in the health circles? What type of fast? Anyone? Anyone? What type of fast is this? I'm going to continue while y'all answer that question. So again, able-bodied adult Muslims fast from dawn to sunset every day during the entire month of Ramadan. Fasting requires us to give up food, drink, and intimate relations during daylight hours. So I want you to remember that. It's getting up food, drink, and intimate relations during daylight hours. Intermittent. Good, Senor. That's exactly right. It is intermittent fasting. That is the big word being used right there. Intermittent. It is intermittent fasting. So I want us to remember that. Okay? But not only are they fasting from food, drink, and intimate relations also. So you have to fast from alcohol. You have to fast from sex. You have to fast from drugs. Anything you're doing that's out of that's not right. You have to fast from it. Anger. You're fasting from anger. All of that when you understand this process. So you're fasting from anger. All of the things that are negative emotions. You're fasting from this during this season. There are some people who are exempt from fasting. So prepubescent children that haven't hit puberty yet, the elderly, and people with chronic health problems for whom fasting would be dangerous. Other individuals, women who are pregnant or breastfeeding, and people who are traveling long distances are entitled to delay their fast and commit to making up any missed days in the future. Finally, when women have their monthly period, they should not fast during those days, but should make up the fast after Ramadan is over, and ideally before the next Ramadan begins. For more tips on fasting, check out this. Okay, well, I'm not about to deal with that. So right here we see the people that they exempt from it. Okay. And this list right here looks almost the same as the people that are exempt from fasting for Yom Kippur or Day of Atonement. Okay. So it's like almost the same list, basically. Okay. Now, it's all about intention. Okay. At the beginning of this month, we should make the intention that we will be fasting. Okay, so this is the religious side, right? So they're saying they're fasting for the sake of Allah, or which would they translate as the God, right? Okay, so that's the translation for the God, right? So I can't argue with that. We don't even need to say our intention aloud. Okay. The Elohim or the God, right? The whole will hear our heart's commitment. Other possible benefits of fasting, like better health, weight loss, enhanced self-discipline, and the ability to empathize with those who are less fortunate, are not the primary purpose of Ramadan. So their purpose is to get a closer connection to the God. That is their intention. That is the intention of this, right? And as I always told you, fasting is spiritual. So whenever we fast, what are we doing? Whenever we fast, what are we doing? Put that in the chat when y'all get the answer. Whenever we fast. Other possible benefits of fasting, like better health, weight loss, enhanced self-discipline, and ability to empathize with those who are less fortunate. These are positives. These are positives, right? Now, another thing that's deep here is where they get it from. So in the Quran, it tells them, "O believers, fasting is prescribed for you as it was for those before you." Now, if you understand the Quran, right, then you understand those that were before them are those that are in the Bible. What we call, really, it's the Tanakh, or what we call the Bible today, right? So this here is, and I can't say that, that's not true. The before, they consider the Old and New Testament. So we call it the Bible. That's not the Tanakh. The Tanakh is what is considered today the Old Testament. So it's including the Tanakh, the Torah, Tanakh, and the New Testament. Now, it says, "O believers, fasting is prescribed for you as it was for those before you. So perhaps you will become mindful of the God." Right? That's what it's translating to. Al is El. The true pronunciation, in my opinion, of Elohim is Allahayim. This is the singular feminine, if you ask me. Allah would be the singular feminine. That's from my understanding of my studies of Ivrit and Ivrit of Hebrew. So this would be like Eloah, but it's Aloah is in my opinion, would be the correct pronunciation, or Allah. And El, remember, means the. It can mean the. And El all also can mean, all also means the, or it can mean the masculine side, right? But because this doesn't have the wall here, and then the Yod Mem is not representing the masculine and feminine, this is pure, in my opinion, feminine. Pure feminine. But they're saying it means the God. So, right? Which would make sense to me. Becoming mindful of the God, taqwa, right, is also translated as what? God consciousness. Now we're dealing with consciousness, right? And is the actual purpose of fasting, which makes sense. Why? Because you're doing what when you fast? What are you doing when you fast? Correct. Ya Allah. Right. Or Ya Eloah. It would actually be Alawahayim. But yes, that is good. Correct. Exactly. Good point. That is exactly what I was. I think that all the time, Yade. It's deep that you say that. That would make sense why you say that, being that they are centered mostly around the moon, because that's the feminine. You are correct. And that's why, that's the same reason I believe that it's the moon crescent that they use as well. But I'm just telling you, this is the way that I see it. Okay? I want you to be very clear. Because excuse me. Why can't I think of their language right now? The language, the Arabic language and the Hebrew language are very close. Arabic is close to Hebrew. They're almost identical. I just believe that the more their version of believe it or not, I believe Arabic is closer to true Hebrew than modern Hebrew is today. Because all the words, when I go back to the ancient Hebrew, when I put Hebrew in its ancient form, align with Arabic and Aramaic. To me, Aramaic is the cleanest. Thank you, Yade. Right, Aramaic. Aramaic is, but they speak Arabic. That's different. Aramaic and Arabic are different. They're close. Just Arabic, in my opinion, is the bastardized version of Aramaic. Just like Hebrew is a bastardized version, or modern Hebrew today is a bastardized version of Aramaic. So Aramaic is closer to the original Ivrit, or Hebrew, in my opinion, and closer to the original Arabic. But Arabic is closer to the original Hebrew than modern Hebrew is today. So even though Arabic has been bastardized, it has nowhere near been bastardized to the level of modern Hebrew. I want you to be clear on that. So that's why a lot of times you'll hear me saying words a lot different than you will a person that's studying modern Hebrew or in modern Hebrew, due to the fact that I'm utilizing the ancient forms. So I use Elohim, which is actually modern biblical, but I would say it's Elohim is correct. So Elohim, Yahweh Elohim would be the correct form of it, in my opinion. And that would be closer to what you see when you're seeing Allah as the feminine. Got what I'm saying? This is why I'm saying that. Okay? And I've studied language. I studied languages for years. So I went all the way back. I was studying I used to know Ugarit, which is like one of the first Akkadian, like the first languages ever created. I used to know all that. I used to study it. So I watched the development of languages. I know the path that they follow down etymologically. So I'm not just talking. I understand what I'm saying. And that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm not just being funny at all. So no disrespect. It's just true observance and studies over the years. And it's actually the purpose. And it's actually the purpose of fasting. Okay, good. You asked, what are we doing when we fast? Cleansing and detoxifying. No. No, you're not. What are you doing when you fast? No, you're not. That's very important. And there's the actual purpose of fasting, okay? God consciousness. So it says, it's also translated as God consciousness and is the actual purpose of fasting. They are correct. Because what are we doing when we fast? Because if you understand that, then this makes perfect sense. And they're perfectly right. This is exactly right. When we deny ourselves food and water, we are obeying our Creator and trusting His wisdom. We are striving to please Him and earn paradise. Okay? And that's, to me, that is the religious side of it, in my opinion. But they are correct here. God consciousness is the actual purpose of fasting. Yeah, we're cultivating energy. That's true. But what does that mean? Why are we cultivating energy? Y'all should know the answer to this. Sinart, do you know the answer to that? Let's see. So when it comes to fasting, we shouldn't estimate when to stop eating and when to start again, but how do we know exact times? There are a couple ways to keep track, and this is religious as well. So they're saying most mosques print and distribute free Ramadan timetables. So different mosques going to have different times when they begin and end. Okay, like the guy that told me that I was talking to, 4 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's one version. You know what I'm saying? But it said sun up, it said from dawn till dusk. That to me is more in alignment. And the reason being is, if you know the history of Muhammad and his background, he was studying with Hebrews before, at the time he lived, and then brought this forth. So the holy days in the scriptures, like they said, those before us, the holy days in the scriptures, and what they call the Injils and the Tanakh, right, or the books before, right, Musa, which is Moses, right. When you're studying them in those before, the holy days started at some started very rarely, some started at sundown. But the majority, believe it or not, and all leaders and teachers are going to come against me for this one, the majority of holy days, and I will prove it scripturally for anyone that wants the information, started at sun up till sundown. The majority. It's very rare that a holy day starts in the even. Sinar got the answer right. When we fast, we're allowing more spirit in the body. That's very key. You can't never forget that. That's why fasting is what? Spiritual. Not physical, and it's not mental. Fasting is a spiritual modality because you're allowing more spirit into the body. That's why eating is spiritual. Eating is spiritual. Fasting is spiritual. So that's why they are correct when they say what? They say God is all taqwa, becoming mindful of the God. Taqwa is also translated as God consciousness and is the actual purpose of fasting. Why? Because with every diet change, what happens? A new level of consciousness is unlocked. So when you allow more spirit in the body, you're unlocking another level of consciousness. This is very important, and they're right about that. Okay? That's a high point right there. That's a very high point. Now, the timetables, like I said, I agree with from sun up to sundown. Okay? So you must finish eating and drinking before the first light of dawn and before the fire enters. Okay? So this is important. Before the first light of dawn, you must not be eating or drinking anymore. Okay? So they have a sahur meal. This is the meal eaten before dawn. Now, I personally, as a health expert, and I'm dealing with health right now, is Ramadan healthy or not, right? That is the title of this program. Is Ramadan healthy or not? I don't agree with eating before sunup during the morning. I don't even agree with eating breakfast. Let me say it that way. But if you're going to do it, I agree with this. However, I'm going to show you what they say, and I'm going to tell you what you should do. Half of this, I believe, is very good. It is highly recommended to wake and eat a healthy meal and to drink good quantity of water. Now, I don't agree that you should wake and eat a healthy meal, period. No. But drink a good quantity of water, absolutely. That is correct. When you wake up. When you wake up, the first thing you should do when you wake up is pray and drink a good quantity of water. And prayer can be meditation, but you need to pray and then drink a good quantity of water. And I agree with that. That's very good. That's great advice right there. Before you begin a day of fasting, try to consume foods that will give you sustained energy, such as proteins and whole grains. You definitely know I'm going to tell you stay away from that. Why? because gluten and starch is going to knock you off, and then too much protein is terrible. Plus, it's going to make you sluggish throughout the day. It is wise to eat hydrating fruits and vegetables to avoid over salty foods. That's correct. So you need to be eating hydrating fruits in the morning. I agree with that. And I wouldn't have a problem if you ate non-sweet fruits, which portions of those they call vegetables. But if you're going to eat something, but proteins and whole grains in the morning is terrible. Do not do it. Don't do that. Okay? And to avoid overly salty foods. I agree with that at all times, as those will increase your thirst. If you wake and eat sahur, you automatically show the God your intention to fast. I don't know if that's true or not. That's the religious side. I'm not going to get into that. But what I do know, the health portions that I just showed you, those are good. That's good advice on those two, if you do half of what it's saying. What is iftar? At sunset, Muslims break the fast. This is called iftar. Traditionally, we eat a date and drink some water or milk. Now, I agree with the date and water or milk. Why do I agree with the date? Because you haven't eaten all day. So one date is see how they eat one date, a date, not dates with an S? It's very important. Why? Because the sugar content. And sugar is what? Good for our bodies. Like, it's our food. So a date after you haven't eaten all day is okay. That's fine. Right? And drink some water. That's good. Milk, of course not. Unless it's breast milk, which I call liquid gold. If you can get some breast milk from a woman, that's liquid gold. That is I'm telling you. Anybody that know a woman that's pregnant, that's eating right and doing good, trust me, I want some of her breast milk. Period. I mix it in my food. And breast milk is liquid gold. That is liquid. That is the best food on the planet. A woman breast milk is designed for your body or for a child's body, but it's yours too. It's got everything you need in it. It's excellent. I mean, don't be stealing the baby's milk. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying, when my wife used to be pregnant, where I used to drink that milk while she was pregnant, before she had the baby, I would drink it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. That's you know what I'm saying? Top notch. That's the top notch milk. As this was the practice of Prophet Muhammad. Okay, so Prophet Muhammad, he ate a date and drank water or milk. Okay, peace and blessings upon him, and I agree with that. Peace and blessings upon him. And the reason I say that is, if you really study his history and know who he was and what he did in his true history, respect. I got massive respect for him. Massive respect. His own people came against him and tried to kill him and everything. Like, I got massive respect for him. Now that I do have. I don't follow I'm not a Muslim, but I do Muslim to Yahuwah Elohim or Elohim. I do that. So but I got massive respect for him. Studying his history from a historical standpoint, I have mass respect for him. Many times, especially at a mosque, after enjoying a day and drink, we will immediately pray Maghrib and then eat a larger meal. So that's what that side of it. Okay. Now that's more family. That's really community. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Why are there so many people? I'm gonna skip that. What if I'm alone? It doesn't matter. It's a good thing. Hallelujah if you are. Is Ramadan a month of misery? Now see, and it's so deep because Yom Kippur, people look at that the same way. Day of Atonement, they look at that too. Like, you're always denying yourself. Or Shabbat, when we don't work on the Shabbat. People consider that a negative thing. But when you understand the blessing and what it really means, then you really understanding the Shabbat and what it stands for and the whole nine. Then you really growing in what you're doing. So it says, while some Muslims assume Ramadan is a holy day of deprivation and difficulty, right? It is in fact welcomed warmly by the vast majority of Muslims. The month becomes a time of community bonding, increased worship, nearness. Now they have here Elohim, so I'm gonna use the nearness to Elohim and hope for Elohim's forgiveness and mercy, or Allah Wahayim's mercy. Many times, an iftar feels like a wholesome party with family, friends, and delicious foods from around the world. Okay, many times an iftar, so that's like them coming together. Ramadan should bring out what? The best in us. That's a good thing. I'm not knocking that. It should bring out the best in us. Why? Because you are now depriving yourself from negative emotion. In other words, the goal is to remove the ego. This is no different. See, this in reality, Pesach and Feast of Unleavened Bread, or Passover and Feast of Unleavened Bread, they're designed, Chag Matzot, they're designed to remove the ego just like this is. So when you understand, when you get a true, and I'm going to teach on those in the, creation series. But when you get a true understanding of them and what they are, you're going to understand that. But this should bring out the best in everyone, right? Muslims are supposed to abstain from bad behavior, ego, as well as food and drink. And so ideally, they are more kind, patient, and charitable and friendly during Ramadan. Right? Now, if you understand spirituality versus religion, then you should realize that the purpose of this is so that you do it every day. This is about creating a everlasting being. So when you understand that you don't want to have bad behavior any day, right? When you understand that you should be intermittent fasting daily, which the world is coming to that understanding, and stop drinking alcohol and stop smoking and doing all. When you eradicate that every day, and now you're allowing spirit into the body every day, and you're walking upright every day. You understand what I'm saying? That's where you're trying to get to. That's truly walking with Allahayim or Allah Wahayim. You understand what I'm saying? That's powerful. So this is it's a mental, spiritual fast that's going to allow the body to heal and detoxify. So it's not the fasting that detoxifies, right? It's the body now has the opportunity to fast and detoxify. I mean to detoxify. Now watch this. This takes considerable self-control. That's why it's mental. Because now you're controlling the spirit. Of course, and not everyone can live up to this ideal consistently. That's the goal. The goal is to consistently be what? Healthy, whole, or holy. Right? This takes considerable self-control, of course, and not everyone can live up to this ideal consistently. When a person lapses into grumpiness, bad habits, or negative behaviors, it is a sign of human weakness, meaning you're not Elohim yet. You haven't stepped into your Elohimship or your Godship or your Allah Wahayimship, and not a reflection of Ramadan. So why does that happen? Because you're going to have what's called withdrawal symptoms if you're not used to fasting. If a person is not fasting on a regular basis, if they're not controlling their spirit on a regular basis, then what's going to happen is if it can lead to what is called withdrawal symptoms, grumpiness, bad habits, and negative behavior. You got what I'm saying? And they're saying that's not a reflection on Ramadan. It's a reflection on the individual who has not ascended above being a human being.
Exactly. Yes, that's a good point, Yade. Woman, let's speak. She said liquid gold. You know it. That's liquid gold, girl. That's that liquid gold. So Yade, yes, if you can do this and get positive results for a month, why stop ever? Exactly. Why ever stop? And this is the goal, that we become whole. The goal is to become whole. Is to become the Elohim, right? But the issue is we have dumbed ourselves down to human beings, and I like the way that they put that. Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and move forward. So, basically, Sinar, you got the answer to the question right. Two of them. It's intermittent fasting and it's spiritual, but intermittent fasting. So, let's see. Are there benefits to intermittent fasting for 14 hours per day? Because if we just use the 4 a.m. to 6 p.m., I'm just using that example. Fasting for 14 hours a day or eating within a 10-hour window might improve mood, which is your what? Your ego, energy. It's going to increase energy. You mean not eating increases my energy? Yes. I told you, if you fast and you get tired, you can't work because you're tired or this and that. Like, I don't even get tired at all. But if you're fasting and you get tired, that means you have toxins in your body. That eating and being tired, unless you go long period, like 2 months, 3 months, without eating nothing, until you're ready for breatharianism, because you need to be eating, breathing, and prana, right? So when you go without eating, you should not get tired at all. You should get more energy. You should stay up all night. Like, when I don't eat, I be up all night long. I can't sleep. That's how you should be. Because you're going to get energy. Why? Because your body don't have to break nothing down. So it's giving you full energy. Right? And then when you sleep, you're going to sleep even better. It may also help with weight loss and reduce the risk of heart disease. Really? Reduce the risk of heart disease. So better sleep. Fasting can improve sleep, reduce hunger. Eating within a 10-hour window can reduce hunger levels. Improved heart health. Fasting can improve risk factors for heart disease such as blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol. Improved gut health. Really? Fasting may benefit gut microbes, which can make the gut barrier healthier. So yes, we know that this intermittent fasting that is done during Ramadan is healthy. It's extremely healthy. It's extremely healthy. Right? Now let's look at this right here. These include what? Let's read this. Intermittent fasting can potentially benefit many people by what? Aiding in weight loss, improving blood sugar control, lowering what? Blood pressure, reducing inflammation, really, enhancing heart health, potentially improving cognitive function. Oh, really? And promoting cellular repair. Although it's important to consult a healthcare professional before starting any new dietary practice, especially if you have underlying conditions, and they already told you who are exempt from the fast if necessary. Okay? Now, these include longer life. You mean you can increase your telomere length by intermittent fasting? Yes, you can. A leaner body and a sharper mind. This is beautiful. Many things happen during intermittent fasting that can protect organs against chronic disease like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, age-related neurodegenerative disorders, even inflammatory bowel disease, and many cancers. Okay? Now, 16 hours is the magic number. I didn't even see that. Let's read that. Why is 16 hours the magic number for fasting? While 16 hours is often considered a sweet spot for fasting, it's not a magic number per se, but rather a widely studied and recommended window for intermittent fasting because it allows for a good balance between promoting fat burning through a sufficient fasting period while still maintaining manageable eating windows, often referred to as the 16-8 method. 16 hours of fasting, 8 hours of eating, which is considered accessible for most people and can lead to potential benefits like weight loss, improved insulin sensitivity. However, the optimal fasting duration can vary based on individual factors like activity level and metabolism. All right, that was good. Now, abstaining from sex. Abstaining from sex for a month can have many benefits, including reduced risk of STIs, stress relief, and increased focus. It can also help you prioritize your mental health and develop self-love. Really? So yes, this is powerful. Do we believe abstaining from drinking alcohol, is that good for our health? Absolutely. Is abstaining from smoking anything good for our health? Absolutely. So all of this is good for the health, right? So is it healthy? It's super healthy, right? Now, I want you to get that. So let me come back here. So this year I'm doing the fast of Ramadan. I'm not doing the religion of it. I'm not doing the religious practices and rites and all that. I don't want you to get it confused. I'm doing the holy or healthy part of Ramadan. I'm following it this year. It was on my heart last year that I was going to do it this year, and right when it was going to start, like right before it started, it was one of my Arabic brothers that just said out the blue. He went through the whole health aspect of it, which I've never heard anybody. No one has ever talked about the health aspect. They just be like, Ramadan's coming up. He just went through the whole health aspect, just out the blue. And he said, Ramadan's coming up. You know, it's proven to do this and do that and da-da-da-da-da and heart health and this and that. I'm like, what? Like, I'm not what? Like, I didn't realize that. Like, why are you saying this to me? And then he said, it starts at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning until 6 p.m. And it's deep because last year I was going to do it, but right before it started, this had to be the night right before it started. Boom, that whole piece came. So like I said, that was me talking to myself. That was me talking to me. And so I was able to hear and do it. And so I am doing the health portion of Ramadan. I already know I'm clear. So what I'm saying is that we want to remain spiritual. Now, I have to say this. Again, as I stated, fasting is like for those before you. So I do serve Yahweh Elohim or Elohim. And Pesach and Feast of Unleavened Bread can show up in this season. From our experience and our understanding in the kingdom of Yah, we do not eat Pesach meal because you can burn it in fire. Anything that's remaining, we actually get rid of it. We're consuming it all in fire now, which means it's being totally purified. So we're totally purifying ourselves. But I do eat a small piece because I don't eat bread anymore. So I eat a very small piece of unleavened bread, or what is called matzot, during the Feast of Unleavened Bread. I eat a small piece daily for 7 days, just a small piece. That I will be doing even if it is Ramadan. I will be clear with you. I'm not going to lie because I Muslim. I submit. And so in that submission, I must do. That's something that I must do. And I'm still walking in that idea, but I'm doing the health portion of it. But that hasn't come around yet. So, but if it does during Ramadan, trust me, I will be doing that just to let everyone know and be clear. The only thing that's going to stop me from following it to the letter that they're saying is Yahweh, because I'm Muslim. I definitely submit. So I want y'all to be clear on that. And I understand the spiritual significance of Pesach or Passover and the spiritual significance of Chag Matzot. I don't do it as a religious rite. I do it as a spiritual health program. And I understand it and how it works and why we're to do it. And the beautiful thing is, when you look at Pesach, you're to prepare for Pesach before it comes in. So you can have a super leap forward during Pesach. You can leap forward into the year. And so this is perfect. This is a perfect preparation, like for Pesach, because the purpose of Chag Matzot is to remove the ego. So while we're preparing, now we're freeing ourselves through Pesach. Now we're gonna come into Chag Matzot, boom, and they remove the leavening, all that. We're removing. Let me break it down to you real simple, and I'm gonna do a whole class on it, but I'm not gonna do it tonight. You're gonna be removing the ego, and you're gonna remove that which causes the ego. You got to do both. So as we're preparing and getting there, it's just powerful to do it, because you are to prepare for Pesach, as it states, before Pesach comes in. Okay, so this is powerful. It's a cleanse, and it's a cleansing process. This is perfect, actually. So I love it. So yes, if we do the health version, we on point. Everything is moving, and everything's in health. That's what holy means. Remember, holy means whole or healthy. Healthy. And so everything is designed, anything that's dealing with better health, growing and health-wise, we roll with that. That is holy. When you're doing something for your health, to better your health. That's holiness. Whether it's spiritual, mental, or physical, as you're gaining it, if it's going to better your health, that's holy. Do we have any questions on anything I said tonight? Go ahead and ask your questions, Yade. Or anyone. But I saw Yade. Any questions? If you don't have questions, please put no in the chat so I know. So I can just go ahead and close out. Okay, great. All right, cool. So we got questions answered. That's good. The other thing I want to let you all know, the next Studio Yogi event that we're going to have, where I'm going to be doing the clearing meditation, and I'll get you all the price. The first one was free, but this one will have a charge to it. I think it's $15, but if you get the $85 a month, you can go to all. This is the beautiful thing about them. You can go to all the classes you want for free, and then you can also come to my class. Okay. However, if you pay, I think it'll be, if you only want to come to my class, then it's $14. I think it is. Okay. How do I feel about Ramadan? Yeah. Ramadan is beautiful, man. I mean, I truthfully like I like the health part of it, and it really intrigued me because when you become spiritual and you let go of the religious aspect and you respect Yahweh Elohim, meaning the divine universal whole, and you understand that the divine universal whole is there for your benefit, now you can pull the good out of everything because you're clear. So you can see the positive in everything. You can see it. And you can respect the divine universal whole, or Yahweh, inside of it because you know the tenets, laws, and statutes of nature, or what they would call the law of Yahweh. All right. So with that, I appreciate everybody's time. I will see you all at the top of your health journey. I look forward to it. Normally we have meditation tonight. We will start back with meditation next week on this evening. I might do a special meditation tomorrow or something like that. Just look for it. It's going to be a little bit different this week. But by next week, we should be back in the groove. Okay. Yes, the discipline aspect of it. When discipline and integrity comes consistency and longevity. Correct. And that's with everything. That's why all the holy days in the scriptures is so important. And each one is designed to give you to take you to a different place in your journey, to create a whole or holy being. You understand what I'm saying? Each one is designed to make you a whole or holy being. So that's why it's so important, the holy day like Pesach and Feast of Unleavened Bread, and then the ingathering, and every single one of those has a different or something for you to learn that's spiritual, not religious. That's holy or healthy for you. It's going to be dealing with your physical health. It's going to be dealing with your spiritual health, and it's going to be dealing with your mental health. And once you get it, then you become that being every day. See, that's why you've heard the statement, you all are doing it by rote. That was the problem. They were just doing it by rote. They weren't understanding the spiritual significance of doing these fasts, of doing the holy days and all those things. They didn't get that. What they were doing it because their parents said so. They were doing it because the scripture said so. They were doing it because Yahweh said so. But that's only in your beginning stages of understanding, or before understanding. That's wisdom to do it by rote. But without understanding, it says wisdom is the principal thing, meaning the first thing. But with all you're getting, get understanding. That's the key ingredient. Because once you get understanding, now you're keeping it because you want to. Because now you understand what it's doing for you. So no one can stop me from keeping Pesach. Why? Because I don't do it because Yahweh said so, though there's wisdom in that. I do it because I want to. Nobody can stop me from keeping Chag Matzot. Why? Because I don't do it because Yahweh said so. I do it because I want to. All the holy days, I do them because I want to, because I understand the benefit of doing them, because I want to. Exactly. That's key. That's a high point. Yes, so when things are made practical, things become more effective. And now you're doing it because you want to. And that's where we got to take people. We got to take this next generation. They have to understand so much so that they're doing these things not because we said so, not because Yahweh said so, not because none of that. They're doing it because they want to. And once you get the true understanding, how could you not want to better yourself? How could you not want to be healthy? How could you not want to do it? You feel what I'm saying? So now you begin to look forward to the holy days. You begin to look forward to the laws. You begin to look forward. You understand what I'm saying? Versus, man, I got to do this. Man, I got to do that. A person that feels that way, they don't have any understand. They don't have an understanding. They don't have good understanding. Let me say it that way. Y'all said have courage and be very courageous and have good understanding. All right. So with that, I appreciate everybody's time. See you all at the top of your health journey. Peace.
For the rest of this video and more videos like these, you can join us at patreon.com/health class. Again, that's patreon.com/health class. And join one of our paid tiers. Any of them will do. And you join one of those tiers, you can watch the rest of these videos, as well as all the other videos that I produced, including my former health classes, which is 4 to 8 hours of information that can help you on your health journey to the top. All right. So I look forward to sharing that adventure with you. I look forward to seeing you at the top of your health journey. Peace.